ATO, which give us a much clearer picture about what property investment looks like for Australians. So as always, as we do these Facebook Lives, we love to hear your feedback. So, you know, make sure that you click like if you like what I'm saying, click love if you love what I'm saying. If you don't like what I'm saying, click the angry button. And of course, throw in all your comments and questions down the bottom so that we can get back to you and let you know exactly what you're asking. So I got some figures drawn up on the board here, and these are the figures that were released by the ATO. So just going to quickly run through them. So firstly, 2 million Australians are investing in property. This is the stats that have come out today from the from the ATO. We've got 2 million Australians that are investing in property. One of the things that I thought that was incredibly interesting to note is only 75% of property investors, they only have one property, one investment property. And this is one of the things that we're always dealing with our clients about. You know, what most people are taught about property investment is wrong. And if you want to invest in property correctly, then you got to do that to beat everyone else out there, right? So 75% of property investors only ever own one, 6% own three. 6%, okay? Like, really, I mean, what does that tell us about what people know about property investment? If you can only buy 3 investment properties, I mean, you might only just be getting to your goals if you've got 3. But if you're going to reach your goals, you're going to need more than 3. And one of the most impactful figures for me in particular was the 0.9. Only less than 1% of Australians own 6 or more. When we have multiple clients that own more than 6, and that's primarily because, you know, what most people are taught out there about property investment, they're taught to buy the wrong things in the wrong areas using the wrong strategies. Okay, so like I said, some telling statistics. Some other statistics that came out from the ATO, which I also thought were very, very important to note here. There's been a lot of chat about negative gearing lately and how negative gearing allows these property moguls to avoid paying tax and, of course, making home ownership unaffordable for everyday Australians. Now, look, there is an affordability issue, but let's just talk about the realities of negative gearing. 67% of Australians that negative gear, so of course that's not all of the 2 million property investors, because there's property investors that have their properties that are either neutrally or positively geared, but out of the percentage of people that actually negatively gear, 67% of those investors are earning under $80,000. So this whole idea about, you know, negative gearing allows these rich property moguls to avoid paying tax is, I mean, look, I'll let you make up your own mind, but that's the figures right there. Okay, so look, the reality is this. Tax is a huge issue when it comes to housing affordability. The amount of tax that people pay when they buy a house, if the government was serious about making housing more affordable, they certainly would be looking at the amount of tax that people are paying when they build or buy a house. The simple fact of the matter as well is that, you know, property prices are pushed by 2 things, supply and demand. I mean, this is grade, you know, year 11, year 12 economics, right? Demand, what does that come from? It comes from people. In 40 years' time, we're going to have 40 million people living in Australia. The demand isn't going anywhere, okay? If we want to get serious about attacking housing affordability, what we need to look at is supply. Okay, we need to have more fluidity in the market. Obviously, removing things like stamp duty is going to allow more transactions to take place. G'day, Dave, mate. Haven't seen you for a while. Hope the gym and the boxing's going well. And the other thing is we've got to look at housing density, making small blocks, small houses, possibly with lower requirements on what it takes to build a house. That's what's going to get, and obviously more supply. That's what's going to deal with your housing affordability issues. Guys, that's it from me today. Like I said, stats coming out from the ABS, I think they're pretty important, pretty telling. You know, hope everyone's having a great week, and I look forward to speaking to you soon.